Romance authors love the term cocky. 2015, Penelope Ward and V. Keelan's book, Cocky Bastard, becomes a major hit, thereby making cocky really trendy, and a lot of authors start using it in their book titles. Enter Felina Hopkins. She also hops on the cocky trend and comes out with her own series of books called the Cocker Brothers, and they usually follow like the title of what job they hold. So the Cocker Brothers, the cocky cowboy, the cocky, I don't know, heart surgeon. All of them are cocky. And in order for you to get a trademark registered with the United States Patent and Trademark Office, you have to have a series of works, otherwise book titles are typically not protectable. She applies for trademark protection of the word cocky, and she actually secures 2 registrations. One for the word mark cocky, which means she can protect that word as it relates to books in any format. It just needs to say cocky and she's allowed to police it. And she also has another registration for a design mark cocky. She has covered her bases when it comes to cocky. She starts sending cease and desist letters and takedown notices to Audible and Amazon, getting all of these people's books removed that have the word cocky in the titles. And because she technically has trademark registration rights, those authors frequently don't have enough money to try to challenge her trademark rights, even though it doesn't feel like she should have these rights. So they make the changes to the books and she's kind of like, yeah. Ultimately, people start pushing back, trying to challenge her trademark. She voluntarily surrenders the trademark, so they are now canceled and she can no longer police them. Even though she claimed that legally she was in the right, she pretty much ruined her entire reputation. Next up, we have the J.T. Leroy scandal. J.T. Leroy was allegedly an author who was hanging out with all of the celebrities like Winona Ryder, Bono. Supposedly he was the product of a truck stop prostitute, was also turning tricks himself. He was this like blonde-haired, blue-eyed boy, and he wrote these books that became bestsellers called The Heart is Deceitful Above All Things and Sarah. As it turns out, J.T. Leroy never existed. It's actually a woman named Laura Albert who was working as a phone sex operator in San Francisco, and she actually got her sister-in-law to dress up in a wig and pose as J.T. Leroy. She signed a movie deal contract as J.T. Leroy. The movie company ended up suing her and she ended up having to pay about $350,000 in attorney's fees. And then just last year in 2025, we have the Salt Path scandal. Salt Path was this book that was written by Rainer Wynn. It follows her and her husband going through some turmoil as a result of losing their house. Her husband gets diagnosed with a degenerative neurological condition, and so they go on this 630-mile like trek. By the end of this trek, they find a place to live and her husband starts to get better, and it's like this amazing story of overcoming tragedy and turmoil. People just eat it up. It was even made into a movie with Gillian Flynn. But after